Today we will be discussing the ergonomics of computer mice in relation to gaming applications. League of Legends is a wildly popular, highly competitive video game that has spawned a series of tournaments. These tournaments are no small thing. The payout for the 2015 championship tournament was over $2 million, and the players are now considered to be professional athletes by the U.S. Immigration Office. As with other sports, professional league players look for every competitive advantage to improve their performance. For the purposes of this video, we will look at mouse selection and how it can help performance and decrease repetitive motion injury. First, a little backstory on the mouse. The mouse was introduced during the 80s as graphical user interfaces gained in popularity. The initial designs were boxy and didn't fit the form of the hand well. As the use of computers in the workspace increased, musculoskeletal injuries also increased. It was found that the standard computer mouse design requires upper extremity postures that may increase carpal tunnel pressure and median nerve strain, decrease blood flow, and result in muscle fatigue, all of which are associated with carpal tunnel syndrome and other upper extremity musculoskeletal disorders. The design of mice changed over time to decrease the likelihood of injury.
Choosing the right mouse in gaming is critical to the health of the gamer. Most professional gamers are said to practice between 50 and 60 hours a week while spending additional time playing solo. So the real playing time can be as high as 16 hours per day, and, according to Cuelmo and Vieira, the length of playing time increases the chance of developing a repetitive strain injury. Take for instance a local gamer named Baker. He plays just 3 hours at a time and experiences stiffness in his mouse hand.
How long on average do you game per sitting?
For sitting, generally if I sit down to game, it's going to be about 3 hours, but sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. It depends on the class schedule and work as well. But generally about 3 hours.
Have you ever experienced pain from gaming?
I have. Mostly it's just in your wrist, but generally it's been from whenever your mouse is just constantly doing side-to-side motion can cause wrist cramps and stuff like that.
Okay.
Also, just general pain and stiffness.
Okay.
Like later on when you're not actually gaming.
The factors that contribute to the risk of carpal tunnel are repetitive clicking, ulnar and radial deviation, constant wrist dorsiflexion, and forearm pronation.
What do you like about this mouse?
My favorite thing about this mouse is that it's like shaped to my hand. It's like they got the thumb pressed, and then it's got this like nice smooth motion right there, and so it really makes it really easy to grip. And even though my mouse is actually really heavy compared to normal mouses, because I get this good grip on it, it's still really easy to move. So that's one of my favorite things about it. And then the other thing is it's really good. I guess it's really good. Whenever it's on, I can click these buttons, and this tells you how much sensitivity it has. And then there's even another thing up here that changes the sensitivity even more.
The second critical element of the mouse is to improve gamer performance. In the case of Baker, he finds that mouse sensitivity, weight, and macro buttons help him play better. There are two benefits to the macro buttons. First, they allow the player to keep their attention on the game by grouping activities that would typically require multiple keystrokes to accomplish. Second, this also alleviates carpal tunnel pressure by preventing the gamer from putting their non-mouse hand into awkward positions that contribute to stress and soreness.
There are several ergo design factors at work in Baker's example. The mouse design utilizes both thumb and pinky contours, allowing for the fingers to rest on the mouse instead of the table surface, thereby decreasing the movement of both fingers. The back of the mouse could be improved by adding a wrist support, allowing the user to maintain a straight wrist and decrease the amount of wrist movement. Grouping the macro buttons eliminates divided attention by allowing the user to only push one button with the active hand, and because the command buttons are always in the same place relative to the hand on the mouse, searching is eliminated. So, what would the perfect gaming mouse do? It would need to maximize the duration the user can spend gaming while increasing the gamer's performance. So, when considering which mouse to buy, here are a few things to consider. The performance factors of the mouse, the weight, the adjustable sensitivity, matching the task, grouping of where the command buttons are and what they do, injury prevention such as whole hand support, and vertical orientation to eliminate forearm pronation and wrist deviation. The vertical mouse, modified with command buttons and adjustable sensitivity, would be the best option for the gamer. So decrease the stress on the arm while utilizing key grouping to maximize performance. One is shown in this slide.